At the same time, though, I think right now, when we talk about stablecoins, we kind of implicitly assume that it's something that is either US dollar based or other fiat currencies. And I personally believe we might come back to the idea that Facebook had with Diem or Libra, because fiat currencies are also not necessarily the ultimate solution to having a stable store of value. And so I think there's a good chance that we might come back to a stablecoin that is actually representing a basket of assets that has a very high likelihood to preserve value. As we're seeing right now, inflation is still very high, and so the stablecoins that are pegged to US dollars and other fiat currencies are actually not as stable as they should be, because at an inflation between 5 to 10%, depending on where in the world you look, that's not exactly stability. Stability would mean that it preserves purchasing power, and not just in the short term, but also in the long term. And I personally believe the only way to really be able to achieve that is not by pegging stablecoins to fiat currencies, but rather by pegging them to a basket of assets, again, that has a low volatility and that has a very high likelihood to preserve purchasing power. There might even be some smaller stablecoins that, took up this idea already today, but of course they will only become relevant if they reach a certain level of adoption. And I think right now USDC has a market cap of 40-50 billion, if I'm not mistaken, something in that ballpark. Even that is very small if you look at the payments volume, that is transacted through in the world. So I think once we're going to the trillions, and there will be, I don't know, 3 or 4 dominating stablecoins that will not be fiat pegged, but will rather be represented by a basket of assets. I think this is kind of the end game. At the same time, I believe it's going to take, a few years until we actually get there.
I would love to hear your view on this.